So how to go from the shadows to the forefront of your industry. So sometimes we get a little nervous or we're kind of stuck in a rut. And the shadow is where we can get kind of lost. So sometimes it's a little bit more comfortable to be in the shadows or in the background. But I want to help inspire you to have the courage to step into the spotlight and kind of help our industry, help our patients, help each other provide the best patient care because our patients deserve it. So sometimes we get a little nervous and we stay in the shadows, but sometimes we'll find things that inspire you. So I'm going to tell you a little story that helps inspire me. So one day I was taking my son to school, and usually we pull up the car line and I drop him off and he'll walk in. And this day he asked me, hey, will you walk me in and hold my hand? I was like, sure. So it was a beautiful sunny day. So we're walking in, we're holding hands, and the sun is kind of beaming right behind us, is casting a shadow on the ground. And he's like, hey, Dad, look at our shadow. I was like, pretty cool, right? So I take out my phone, naturally, I take a picture, because you just have to capture those moments. They just grow up so fast. And I looked at him, I could tell something was wrong. He says, Dad, I'm a little nervous today about going to school. Thank you for holding my hand. One day I'll grow up to be big and strong like you, and so I won't be so nervous about going to school. And I was like, man, that just kind of hit me. It was like so powerful that he felt encouraged by me just holding his hand to walk him in. So that picture of that shadow of me holding his hand, I have on my phone, and it's a constant reminder of me, that sometimes, even in our industry, we need help. If we get a little nervous about doing a procedure, or we realize or we sense that our patients are nervous, sometimes we gotta help them get through it. So pushing through those barriers and getting past those shadows is one thing that we all have to kind of overcome. So I'm Shea. I'm a dentist from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm a founder and CEO of Launch Digital Dentistry. We do fun, creative CE events for all things digital, just like this conference. So much fun, a lot of engagement beyond the classroom. That's where we all connect and grow and help each other. And if you take that moment and you miss it, it can just fly right by you. Just like that moment when I was walking my son to school. If I wouldn't have captured that picture and kind of use it as a constant reminder, sometimes it can just fly right by you. You just forget about it. But you gotta find things that inspire you. But doing better patient care through technology is my passion. To help our patients become less scared or less nervous about coming to see you. I feel like that's our responsibility, to help guide them, to help hold their hand, just like I helped hold my son's hand that day. And when we go through technology, people always ask, well, what is digital dentistry? Digital dentistry is so much fun. I cannot tell you how passionate I am about doing dentistry every day and going to work. It's not just work for me, it's not work, it's fun. But digital dentistry, people just don't understand it. So I'll just give you a few examples of some fun things that we do. So take a smile design or a smile makeover, for example. Patients are a little nervous about, oh gosh, I gotta do a lot of dentistry, but we know that we can impact or change their lives and empower them with a smile that can help them be more confident. And so the old way was kind of boring, right? We would take an impression with some goo in the mouth, and they would sit there for a few minutes gagging and be pretty uncomfortable. And then if they survived that, we would take that impression, we would send it off to the lab with some photos, and a lab technician would kind of reshape the model that they pour up from the impression and add some wax to it and give it back. And so that's how we met our patient next, and we showed them this model before and after. And we know how hard or difficult that process is to get them there, but sometimes patients just don't see all the steps. So that was kind of hard sell to a patient, or how to help them find exactly all the steps they need to get there, just holding these models. But the new way, the digital way, is fun, it's creative, it's engaging the patient. So the new way, we'll do an optical scan, so a digital impression. And so with the digital impression, you're literally like playing a video game. You're scanning through the mouth, and on a computer screen, you see a 3D model being rendered right in front of you. Our patients immediately see that that's next level. They see that you are doing something different than what they experienced before. Because remember, impressions are not very fun. One of the top 3 things that patients fear or nervous about going to the dentist is impressions. So immediately they're already having a different experience. You've broken down the barrier. They're having fun. And you're having fun with it as well. My team has so much fun. They actually kick me out of the room. I get to do no scanning anymore. They do all the scanning. And then we'll take that information and we'll take a picture or multiple pictures or videos. And we'll use software to create a new smile design. And we can pick from many different flavors, but we can actually show the patient on a screen a before and after of their whole face, not just models that are holding, some stone with some wax. We can make the new smile translucent so they can see where they were and where they're going. It'll help them understand all the steps that are sometimes kind of hard, or it's kind of nervous for us to explain. Okay, now you got to go to my periodontist and get a little gum lift or a crown lifting. Oh, we got to reposition some teeth so we can get them in a better position so we can do more conservative restorations, maybe a veneer versus a crown. And they see that. They see the steps. They understand it. So going through ortho aligners like with Candid Pro, shout out to our sponsor today, they use great technology. But they see the process, and it engages the patient. So we can take it to the next level. We can actually 3D print a model of their mouth. We'll take a putty index and try it in so they can see they're live. We'll take pictures and videos. And we'll show the before and after picture and videos real quick. We'll throw it through a slideshow. And you see the impact it gives on the patient, the confidence it gives them of seeing the change. That's where digital dentistry has changed the game. Another example will be with implants. Implants are kind of scary, y'all. The way we used to kind of treatment plan a patient for implants, take a model with a screw in it. Y'all, it's like clear gums with a screw in it. Or a book with illustrations showing a screw underneath the gums, and then an abutment and a crown. They're like, wow, that looks pretty scary. I don't want a screw in my head. And then they're thinking, gosh, it's a surgery, and then I gotta wait, and then this sounds like it's gonna hurt, it's gonna be really expensive. But no, that's not how we do it anymore. This is how we work up our implant patients. This is how we've taken our case acceptance from little to a lot. We'll take an intraoral impression, a digital scan like we described. We'll actually wax up the tooth. We'll take a 3D x-ray. You can actually see the skull with all the bone and where the teeth are around it. We'll pick light points and merge our impression, our digital impression with the tooth that we have waxed up in there virtually. And they can kind of see, hey, we're planning to a different level. We'll use that information to map the nerve and pick the implant, and then also design a guide to 3D print so when we do the surgery, we can do it quick, fast, and sometimes without an incision. So they kind of see that less being scary, it's kind of scary fun because we're engaging in the treatment plan process versus a model with, a screw in it. So bottom line is our patients are scared. They're nervous to come see us, just like my son was that day going to school. But we got to help them break through those barriers. And going digital kind of sets the tone for better patient care. Our patients deserve that. So surround yourself with people that you admire, and that inspire you. Break through the shadows and come into the spotlight. You can encourage your patients. You can help your patients in a way that we never could before with technology. So don't be scared of your shadow. Just remember that it's just a constant reminder that there is light all around us. Thank you.